trap metal like type beat, I guess. Showing you guys how I made this beat. I made it for my boy Phantom Kane. Shout out to Kane. Yeah, so basically listened to X's music, got super inspired, and I made this. So yeah, I'm going to be breaking down how I made it. I'll give you a quick little preview. Yeah, I'm just going to be breaking down how I did it. It's not from scratch because, you know, I feel like I want to talk more about it than I do want to make it. If I make it, I might get a bit too engrossed and just not even talk about it. So, yeah, we're going to get into this. So, basically with these types of beats, I find it really easy if you start off with something, like you build the beat around something in particular. So, I've just got this little vocal chop I took from Numb by X, R.I.P. the GOAT, just this. I put the whole song in through key finder and it was B minor, and I just built this around it. So yeah, we're gonna break this down and get into this. So the first thing I remember making was, and I only made this yesterday so it's still fresh, was this Omnisphere guitar pluck sort of thing. The whole beat revolves around it going B, F, G, F. That's like my progression. And the bass does it, the other guitar elements I've got to do it. The only thing that veers off from that is the piano that I've got, which I'll talk about in a bit as well. I'm doing it at 160 BPM. It's a good tempo for this type of thing, you know. So yeah. So the next section is this part, right? Actually, I'll talk about the piano. I did this last, but I think I'll do it in order of the beat. So I literally was just listening to the beat, what I had so far, like the guitars and shit, and I just ended up making this, which is basically like I was just pressing in random notes on the scale, came out with this. I really like this part here. It makes it sound like an actual piano.
Jack, this one's cold.
And then we get into the more interesting part. This is where it kind of switches up. You think it's going to be like a really ambient sort of sad beat, and then it just switches up and just goes into this part. So this is where it really turns into the type of beat there, which it is. So what we've got here is a guitar lead, sounding like this. Obviously it's never going to be as good as the real thing, but I feel like it really emulates the style that I'm going for well. At least well enough to, you know, pass as like a realistic sounding guitar sort of. And like especially with the pattern as well, the way it's just constantly going, it's like, it's basically how it is, how people play it, and like it just sounds good rather than me just going shit like that, just, you know. So I've got these other notes sliding up here. I mean, I wanted it to slide up, I didn't want it to just be like, but I couldn't work out how to do it, so I was just happy with that. So yeah, with these type of beats, you really want to have something like this, keeping the rhythm going, especially in the parts where there's like other shit that isn't. So like with the movement of the beat, right, we've just got this vocal sample, and then that's it. So it's just gonna be like this, which is just an intro. So this really makes it moving and gets people, you know, it starts to get you a bit gassed, you know, it starts to get you a bit hype. Because obviously it's it's like a metal inspired beat, right? It's like mosh pit music, but this obviously isn't really mosh pit music, but I'm just saying, you know, yeah. Anyway, so we got a bass as well. This is the bass, very simple. That's pretty fucked up. I've got a Camel Crusher going through it here. Just American Crunch, just to give it some fucking body, because without it just sounds weak. It's just like, you know, with this it's just like crazy, like really broken and distorted and just epic, really. Goes with it really well. So yeah, in this next part we've got this. Okay, I really struggled finding drums for this beat. I really didn't want to just use the typical like young chop snare and like typical trap drums. At least not with the kick and the snare. I did later add in a hi-hat, but yeah, so the drums were a bit of a struggle to find. I'm just using just like standard. Yeah, I tried to find like realistic snares. I ended up stacking these snares if I show you. I had 2 snares going at the same time, and then the kick. If the kick was hitting at the same time as the snare, I don't think it is now. It might be, I think it is actually, I don't actually know. But yeah, so try and get some realistic sounding drums. If you want it to be more just trap, with like some guitars in it, it's just fine, just go about what you would usually do. But I would say if you're going to do it as like really metal inspired, which is what I was going for, I would find some realistic sounding drums. Nothing too, you know, fucked up basically. And then we just got this riser here, so it's literally just a reverse crash. And it's just literally, and then we've got like a little gap here and it drops into this part. So this is the verse part, at least this is what I intended to be the verse. So we've got a hi-hat coming in here now. We've also got this perk loop that I've got. Just makes it sound even more ambient and crazy. We've got the kick as well coming in. So with the kick, it's like, it does hit at the same time as the snare a bit. That just is sort of paying even more attention to the metal aspect of the beat. I'm trying to make the drums realistic and shit and like have more rhythm, like a realistic drummer would. But then I've got the trap hi-hat, which is sort of contrast to that. And just really, it just sounds wavy, to be honest with you. Shit, the light's just gone. Alright, yeah, so, and then things start to get a bit more interesting in this section right here. So I'm actually using the same bass as, not the same bass, the same electric guitar as before, but this time instead of it just going like this, at the start it's going twice as fast. So it's sort of picked up the pace a lot, and it's sort of like in the last part of the verse it's just going crazy. We've also, I found out I was trying to get it to be more sort of like realistic with the velocity. But as soon as you lower the velocity for this, it just cuts out. And I found it gives it even more rhythm. So like if you hear it along with the beat, just listen for the drops. My favourite one's right there, that shit just goes, man. I love that. Yeah, the bass is still going along, and we've also taken out the vocal sample at the start. This is sort of giving even more room for the artist. Obviously I had an artist in mind when I was making this, so the structure heavily, you know, it helps out the artist a lot, gives more room right here in this section. Taking out the hi-hat as well, so it's just pure crazy shit, and then it goes into another section. I'll let this play out, I'll let the transition play. So yeah, try and keep the rhythm going, take stuff out, add stuff back in, experiment with the structure. The structure is really important, it's going to keep people listening. Depends what you want the beat for, but yeah, that's just a typical beat. But yeah, especially with trap metal, you want to have the guitar as the centerpiece of the beat. And I just thought I went crazy with this guitar. But anyway, yeah, the next transition. So we just have a little kind of gap there, a little gap where the vocals could be a little bit more soft, and then you'll see. I just want to quickly talk about the vocal sample quick. So if we take off all the effects of the vocal I got, it sounds like this. That's straight up ripped from the song. We put them back on, we got this. So we got a reverb, delay, and an isotope vinyl. So we're back to sort of like the start of the beat again, and then it just repeats. So yeah, that's pretty much the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys like the beat. I really like this beat. I put a lot of time into this, and I actually really like it as well. I wasn't expecting to make anything that decent. I haven't really tried to make anything like this before. This is sort of like this is more of like a challenge to me as well. But yeah, just super inspired by X, Lil Peep, RIP, both of those legends, man. But yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Jack is a top shagger with the birds. He don't get drunk off of a one beer big man. Jack has the night out with the boys and downs 39 shots of tequila, and then he is barely drowsy, big man ting.